mic. There we go. It's technical difficulty. Let me see. Y'all hear me? There we go. All right, cool. All right. We good. Okay. We are here. All right. Where's my comment section? Pop it up. All right. Pop it up. All right. What is good, guys? It is your Alpha is here again. Welcome. Sorry. It is February 27th. February is ending, coming to an end this week. I think, this week. Yeah, it is this week. It is 10:12 here on the East Coast here in New York. I am your host, your Alpha. I'm Vernon Kid. How's everybody doing? And for those who know me personally, you can just call me Chris. Well, it has been quite the occasion. Very fast month. I mean, February has always been a fast month. It's the shortest month of the year. But yeah, it's been very, very, very interesting indeed. Like my shirt. I'm wearing Doctor Strange. Yeah, what's up? The Sorcerer Supreme. My dad got me that shirt. He actually thought I'd like it. I was like, yeah. Anyway. So guys, I am here as always for the end of the month. We're doing a live Q&A, as always, open mic Q&A, as I like to call it. You got the questions, I got the answers. Somewhat. I'm sorry. I just ate, so I'm kind of hyped up. Anyway, it was really good too. I had a sweet Thai beef chili bowl. It was really good. I made it myself. It was real good. Little Angus beef with some red bell peppers and onions. Mixed that up with some sweet Thai chili sauce and a little Halsam sauce and some rice. Anyway, so yeah, guys, I'm here to answer your questions as always. I got this running on both YouTube and on my Facebook page, M.V.K Facebook page as well. So I thought it'd be cool to have it there. I'm actually gonna go check and see if it is running on there. Just to see. I really want to see if it really is running on there. I didn't check. So let me see. Let's see. It is. It's live. It's live on there. It is actually live. Yes, it is. It is live on there. Anyway, we are here. I said, how many times have I said we're here? How many times? And the questions are coming in so far. Who from the pack is here? Marion, Galactus, Roshan, Isa, and Perry King has entered the fray. What's good, everybody? Let's so looking forward to hearing what some of your questions are, and it'll be fun as well. Let's see. Sure. And let's see who else is here. Anybody new? Okay, we also have Noble Assassin XL. What's good? I love that name, dude. Let's see what question we as I said before. Hey guys, I've been having fun with the Mortal Kombat Legends animated films. Those are okay. I don't hate those movies. I just hate that they've given Kano like the big rub as the big bad. I'm like, get out. No way. So yeah, nice shirt. Thanks. Do you have a favorite DC animated film? Yes, I do. Batman, Superman, Public Enemy. I love that. That's one of my favorites. It is one of my favorites because one, it's the late great Kevin Conroy and my favorite Superman voice actor, Tim Daly, doing Superman, and them fight. Basically, this is when Lex Luthor is president, and then they put a bounty on him. I love that stuff. It's great, and it's in the same form as Ed McGuinness's artwork. I respect that. The other one that came out after that, I like that one too. That's really good too. Who do you think did worse, Darth Vader or Darth Sidious, and why? I guess Sidious, if I can remember what. Because Vader did bad. Well, let me rephrase. It depends on where we're talking about, but I would say Vader redeemed himself a little bit, but he did kill younglings. So yeah. Hey Perry, how excited are you for Superman Legacy? I wouldn't say I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Not excited. Excited. I'm actually just looking forward to seeing how it turns out. I hope it does well. I'm more concerned about them showcasing a certain character in that movie that is one of my all-time favorite DC heroes, and that's Mr. Terrific. If they do not showcase him properly, I will be pissed. I'm letting you know right now. It's still to this day, there's only been one man that has shown Mr. Terrific in the proper right, and that is a YouTuber and that I know. He goes under the name Blinky500. That is his studio, but he is known as Chris R. Notarelli. So if you ever never seen it, go watch his short film about Mr. Terrific. That's how you do Mr. Terrific. I wore the hat you got me today, and it got a lot of attention. Oh, that's great. I'm glad. That's funny. I thought you may like that. The Panda Bear. So I had a wolf one too, but it was sold out. So, but that was a gift that was long overdue, Eliza, because of the socks that you have always gotten me. So I do appreciate those socks. I do wear them, whether it's the He-Man one or the Hulk socks. I do. A man can never have too many socks. So I do appreciate that. But that was me equivalent exchange, giving it right back. Have you seen Godzilla -1? I have not. Believe it or not, I have not got to see it. When I was going to see it, the theater that had it, so I gotta wait to see it. Quentin Blake was good. Do you think Dante can beat Omni-Man in a fight? Maybe he could. We're talking Dante from M.V.K, right? Probably could. Probably. Dante is no joke. And to me, look, Omni-Man is strong, but he's not invincible. He's not invincible. He can be hurt. That's the one thing I think people misjudge about the Voldemites. And once again, people who just jumping on Invincible because of the show. I was already reading Invincible because of the comics, and probably some of the bloodiest comics you ever read. But yeah, I knew that way before, and that's fine. If you jumped on Invincible because of the Prime show, that's more power to you. But I do recommend you go and read the comics to get more of an understanding of the characters. And every time someone brings up, the Voldemites versus Kryptonians, I always say all the time, Kryptonians would win. They kill them. They kill them. So yeah. Let's see. Who has the best voice actor? Who's the best voice actor for Lex Luthor? Oh, Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown is Clancy Brown is the best voice actor for Lex Luthor. Is Clancy Brown all the way. Angel Garcia, did you ever watch Animaniacs? If so, wait, of course I did. I'm a child of the 80s, so I went through all those cartoons of the 90s and stuff. Yeah, Animaniacs, I remember all of them. I remember all of them. One of my favorite shorts was the Good Feathers. Remember the three pigeons that were like the good fellas? You know, they were funny. I like them. What will be your first game when you get a PS5? What do you think? What do you think, Perry? I'm really glad the new Green Lantern story. I'm enjoying it because it focuses on Kyle. What Green Lantern are we talking about? Because I know there's several books out about. I mean, I want to read War Journal, and when that comes out on trade, I'm going to read that because that's dealing with John Stewart and his mother has dementia now, and I'm like, oh, you know, I definitely want to read that. No one can ever have any. I have Magneto son. Magneto. You think? This is from Mary. Do you think Coyote versus Acme being potentially deleted and being written off as a text? No, I don't. I don't. Hey, Chris, how are you doing? I'm good, Caroline. Quentin Blake. What does Capcom care about? Why does Capcom care about Street Fighter and Resident Evil and Devil May Cry and not the other like Mega Man and Darkstalkers? Well, I disagree on the Mega Man stuff because they don't put out a lot of Mega Man games, but they still care about them. And Darkstalkers, I am more concerned about how they want to portray it. I hope they bring out another one. And as for why do they care about Street Fighter? And first of all, Street Fighter is one of their babies. Resident Evil, no matter what Resident Evil it is, it makes money. There you go. They make money. They're core favorites. You put out a new Resident Evil, you advertise a new Resident Evil, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell. Devil May Cry, same thing. Last one they put out, the fifth one, everybody was hyped for that, including me. You know, nobody cared about when Ninja Theory did that crap reboot. We wanted the real Dante back, not some fake, and we got it, and it was great. So yeah, it's not that they don't care. But it's just me. Capcom did an interview talking about they wanted to be the king of fighters again. Capcom used to put out like 3, 4 fighting games a year. Go all the way back to the late 90s, early 90s. There was like 4 Capcom fighting games out at the same time. They need to go back to that. Mega Man is the original Blue Bomber, and Mega Man, or Rockman as he's called. You know, he has his place, and is he the mascot of Capcom? He used to be. I wouldn't say he's the mascot anymore. I think Ryu took that spot real quick. But yeah, I mean, I love Mega Man. I always will love Mega Man, and he still has a following. Maybe not as many, and I don't want them to throw out just a game after here, a game here, and it's the same kind of engine. That's the thing, Mega Man. As much as we love Mega Man, go back and look at the games. How much did the games really change? We're talking about their original sequel. How much did they really change? Not much. They didn't. You know, it was the same thing. You know, until they did Mega Man 8, and that was for the original PlayStation. That's when they really upped it, and I love that. I thought they would have kept that style for the later Mega Man games, but no, they went back to a retro look with Mega Man 9 and Mega Man 10, and then when they did Mega Man 11, they kind of mixed it. So yeah. Hey dude, how are you? Warhawk Rambo, what's good? Keeping a positive outlook on life. I'm taking it every step every day. I always try to stay positive. It's like one step at a time. I'll be catching you on Salamanca podcast. That's why I know that's. He always says that is such a cool name. Yes, I am. So yeah. Angel, fun favorite run of Spider-Man. We talking about writers. Probably Tom Taylor. I liked his run. He did the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That was great. Galactus. I love Street Fighter, Resident Evil, Mega Man. Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't? Marin, what do you think of the original 2 Star Wars Battlefront games getting remastered? Oh, they're getting remastered. Cool. I have Battlefront. I think it's on my PS4. I haven't played it. I haven't really started playing it as much. That's cool. Favorite Wonder Woman run? Probably Greg Rucka and Greg Rucka's run, and I love Gail's run as well, and I gotta also go the George Perez run. Those are some of my favorites. I would love a new Saturday Night Slam Masters. Yeah, I would not mind another one of those. I want to see more variety in wrestling games as well, outside of just WWE games. That's why, we do have like Fire Pro Wrestling and things like that, but I would like to see some more variety. I miss the variety of certain games or certain categories, like football games. Last time I played a football simulator, it's been years and years, because I don't care about Madden. I really don't. I don't care about Madden, because that's all. It's like, I don't care. I do have like Mutant League football, but I don't care about Madden. It's like, and what really changes about Madden? Let's be real. What really changes about that game? So I do miss variety. I miss when you had a variety. Madden or NFL 2K and all these other games, Blitz, things like that. Blitz was fun. Speaking of, like, it's like I'm working on getting this machine. If anybody wants to know what it is, I'll leave the link or ask me the link or so. It's this handheld machine that has like over 5,000 arcade games in this. Like, looks like a handheld system. And I want to get it. It's not a MiiU. It's not that one. Those are like mini. This one is like, it looks like a Game Gear, but it's really cool. And I was like, oh shoot, get that, because I loved arcade games as well. Like, if I want to go arcade games, come on, just hit me with some questions. I'll geek out on that stuff big time. I got stories for that. Warhawk Rambo. Oh no, I read that. Marion, I've got a recliner in my new room. Okay, cool. Quentin, how do you make a new Darkstalker game? Well, you gotta I would definitely include a story mode, because now that's what's another big resurgence in fighting games, adding a story mode to it. And you gotta thank Smash Brothers for that as well, because they kind of started the story mode stuff. And then, even though a lot of people I don't know why people don't classify that as a fighting game. It is. And then, of course, Mortal Kombat and anything NetherRealm did, they took it to another level with the fighting game stories. Street Fighter tried it later. It didn't land as well in Street Fighter. So yeah, you would have to do something with the Darkstalker, because their world is very different too. Like, if you really understand their world, so you got to start with that. The last Darkstalker game was with Jihad. The more thing I would do with a new Darkstalker game is add more characters. If you look at all the Darkstalker, I think there's only like a total of 19 Darkstalker characters. It's not a lot. They don't have a big roster. You got to kind of go deep with their roster. And with Darkstalkers, it's an homage game to horror. So you got your werewolf, you got your Frankenstein, your vampire, your succubi, your creature from the Black Lagoon. You got your Yeti or Sasquatch, or abominable snowman. You got ghosts. You got your demon hunters. So you got to go more deeper in that. And of course, BB Hood, who looks like Little Red Riding Hood, she's really a psycho. You know, stuff. She really is. She's crazy. Top 5 favorite supervillains. Top 5 favorite supervillains. Doctor Doom is number 1. Always. Doctor Doom. Mr. Sinister. Number 2. Number 3 would be Deathstroke. I consider Slade a villain. He ain't no hero. Number 3. Number 4 is Lady Shiva. And number 5, Craven. You think Darkseid and Thanos are high? They're high, but they're not my top. But I love me some Doctor Doom. Favorite Godzilla comic from IDW. Believe it or not, I don't read a lot of Godzilla comics. The last one I read is the Godzilla. It takes place during, like, he's in the 1700s, like during the days of pirates. And I was like, okay, this is actually good. But I don't read a lot of. I love Godzilla, but I don't read a lot of his. I'd rather watch movies about Godzilla instead of reading it. I don't know. But I have, like, all Godzilla crossovers and stuff. I can't wait to read the Godzilla Justice League Kong crossover. It comes out in trade soon, so I'm definitely going to read that. Stuff like that. I was like, nowadays I look at books and I'm like, okay, do I want to get these in single issues or do I want to get them in trade? Because sometimes with series like that, I'm like, it would be better if I read it. I just have the trade and read it. Like for example, people ask me all the time, did I read the Wolverine versus Predator crossover? And I'm like, no, I'm waiting. It comes out in April, the trade, so I'm going to read it then. But people said it was great, and I it's just Greg Land's artwork that's going to bother me in that. That's all. Will you read the Batman First Night by Dan Jurgens? I love Dan Jurgens, so I probably will give it a shot. Maybe. Madden peaked at PS2 era. Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I played a Madden game. I can't remember. To me, before they gutted franchise mode like a fish. Okay. I hope to see Sonya and Jax return in Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, I mean, they already mentioned Jax training Kenshi, so I'm like, yeah, so bring him in. To me, Sonya not being in, that was a slap in the face. How you not have the First Lady in the game? She was not even a playable character. She was one of those assist characters. That was a slap in the face to me. I'm like, no. That's like Street Fighter not having Chun-Li, the First Lady of Street Fighter, in a game. And trust me, it happened. And it happened. Street Fighter 3. And what happened next? They had to do another version and another version. Marion, you asked, what scene in Kenobi series that was emotional hard for you to watch? Probably when Kenobi and Darth were fighting, and he kind of goes on to say, like, you didn't kill me. That was emotional. I was like, oh geez, wait, I was like, ooh, yeah, that was a little emotional. Which action star do you like more, Arnold or Sly Stallone? I grew up on both of them, dude. Like, that's you asking a child of the '80s who was better is like trying to punch a whale and knocking it out. You're not gonna do it. Yeah, that's just hard to ask. But I grew up with both of them. I literally grew up with both of them. I've never met them. I would love to meet them both. If you would have asked me like who of the characters whose movie I saw first, I can tell you it was Arnold. The very first movie that I am documented of seeing first was Conan the Barbarian, and that's also where my love for the character came from. And then when I got older with Conan, I started learning who created this character. So I learned about Robert E. Howard and everything like that, and all the other. And believe it or not, his character, Conan, of all the Robert E. Howard characters, Conan is probably the most lucrative, the one that continues the most. They constantly do more and more with that character. You don't see that with Solomon Kane. You don't. There are other characters that Robert E. Howard created, but they don't get the same kind of oomph like Conan does. So yeah. So that's a hard question to answer, Angel. What's the first arcade game you ever played? The first arcade game I ever played was Hang On. You know, the motorcycle. Yeah, that was the first arcade game I ever played. I love arcades. I miss them so much. I used to play all the fighting games. I used to play all the beat 'em ups from Ninja Turtles to the Spider-Man beat 'em up game that was under Sega, the Simpsons game, Final Fight. You know, all those games. My cousins and we used to always play that. Up here in New York, there's a place called y'all probably heard. You know the famous hot dogs, Nathan's. Well, they used to have up here in New York. The restaurants Nathan's used to have huge arcades in the back of their restaurants, and we used to go. And I had birthday parties there, and we used to go in there. I remember my father when I was younger used to take me there and he would give me $30 worth of quarters, and in a little baggie, and he said, "All right, go have some fun, Chris." And I go in there and just pop quarter. I can't tell you the amount of quarters I dumped into certain games, and things like that. So whenever I see like people, they come out with these retro, arcade things, is great. I remember when Crazy Taxi came out, and man, that kids loved that game. Crazy Taxi was the shit. I love Crazy Taxi. I still own Crazy Taxi on Dreamcast. That game is still fun as hell. I'm glad to see Sega's bringing it back. I'm glad Sega's bringing back a lot of their IPs. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I remember playing Ultra Beast in the arcade. The game that I guess it's Greek mythology. I don't know what, but rise from your grave, and then the little balls come and you get bigger, power up, and then you walk again, and it's two balls, pause, two balls, and you start skinny, and then you get a little more creatine. That's what I call creatine balls. Boom, and you get bigger, and then the next one, you're so big, your body's bigger than your head, and then the last one is you become a creature. The first one, I remember the first stage is you turn into a werewolf. The second stage was the bear. The second stage was the dragon. Third stage was the bear. Fourth stage was the tiger, and the fifth stage was the golden wolf. And you would fight that guy, and he'd be like, "Welcome to your doom," and then he turns into like some kind of creature. And the first time he's like that tree man. He'd be throwing his faces at you. I got a cousin. He died after he got turned into the animal. So I think it was the third level when you're in the ant burrow, and he turns into the bear, and clink, and then went, and then the music speds up, dun, 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 dun. So he, he turned it and it got killed, and so it just went ah. It's the funniest thing ever. That cracks me up. It's funny as hell. So yeah, it's funny, funny to do. But man, I can go on about arcade games. It's good memories, good times, man. I miss them. What's your thoughts on the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong? I don't know because I haven't read it. I'm waiting for it to come out on trade. Why do you like John Talbot? Wolf, baby. Wolf. There you go. Werewolves. I'm more of a werewolf fan than vampires. I've told this many times. That nobody should not be surprised. And not only that, John can control it. He's not unaware that he turned into a wolf, and he's a nunchuck where he's a what do you love about your top 5 villains? Well, with Dr. Doom, he is the embodiment of everything you want in a villain. Brains and brawn. He's got brains and he's got brawn. Sinister just lets you know, yeah, I'm a villain. Hey, Sinister don't. You got your name is Sinister. You think you're supposed to believe. That's why I hated the fact that during the Krakoa era of X-Men, he was a part. I'm like, y'all can't be trusting all your villains. Why are you trusting all? It was weird. Lady Shiva, because she's a badass. I mean, come on. This is the daughter. This is the daughter. This is the mother of Cassandra Cain. Come on, there's more. Whenever Shiva was in a book, you knew it was going to be a hot mess for whoever. I'll never forget Birds of Prey. I think they were chasing somebody in Hong Kong. It was Dinah, Babs, Huntress, and they saw Shiva, and she was in Hong Kong, and they were like, okay, which one of us is gonna distract her? Because they were like, oh, this is gonna be a rough night. And it was up to Huntress, and let's just say Huntress got her ass beat up throughout the whole fight. I felt bad for Helena. It was funny. How would you write a crossover with Wonder Woman and the Phantom? It probably wouldn't be Diana then. It'd probably be her mom. It would probably be definitely be Hippolyta instead, because it would make sense instead of, the Phantom is more early 30s and stuff like that. Ever play the original Contra? Hell yeah. Who hasn't played Contra? Great stuff. I answered the Godzilla question. Everybody keeps saying that. What are your thoughts on the Deadpool Wolverine trailer? It was fun. It was cool. You didn't see much. Glad they didn't show a lot, but it was cool indeed. I personally think that during the fight with Kenobi, what was left of Anakin came out and told Goku that what happened to him becoming Vader wasn't his fault. Yeah, that was the thing, but it still was hurtful. That still hurt because Kenobi, if you watch the whole lore of Star Wars, that's to Ben Kenobi. Kenobi, that is like his greatest failure. He feels like he failed in a whole, So yeah. First video game was SMW. That was Warpath. If Capcom ever brings back Darker, they have to turn down some characters like Morgan and Felicia. Okay, yeah, you keep thinking that. Yeah, turn them down. Okay. First of all, one is a succubus. Okay, have you ever seen a hideous or not a succubus? Come on. And the other one is a cat woman. Yeah. Turn them down. That's funny. That was a good laugh right there. Yeah, okay. You keep telling yourself that. I was born in 1989. Okay, so you're more of a 90s baby. That's how I feel. Like anybody who the cutoff for 80s brat really for me is 85ish, the most. At least in 85, you've got 3 years of the 80s. No, excuse me, 4. You know, 86, 3, 87, 2. But I am definitely, and my brother always tells me that too. You're a legit 80s brat because you spent several of your childhood in that era. I did. And I was born in 82, so I spent like 7 years in that year. So I saw a lot of the greatness that era, that decade gave us. As a kid, yes. So yeah, but I always give love to 90s as well. But yeah, you're more of a 90s brat instead. I hope they remaster or remake Crazy Taxi. They're not remastering it. It's a sequel coming out. Sega put out a huge. They put out a trailer of all their IPs: Shinobi, Golden Axe, all the Crazy Taxi, all Jet Set Radio, all getting new games. That made me happy. So yeah, started with Super Mario World. Okay, Super Mario World. Mario. No, we good. No, we good. We good. Good. Yo, Link. Mario. I know. Yeah, you the real deal. You the real face. Yeah. I miss Arcade. What are your thoughts on Vampire the Masquerade Blood 2? Never played any of those games. They look fun. I can't really say much. Do you think Cyberpunk 2077 was able to redeem itself after its disastrous launch? I don't think so. I really don't. Have you ever played Simpsons Hit or Run? Once. I think once I did. Does New York have the best pizza? You really want to go with pizza? You really want to go there? Yeah, we do. Okay? Yeah, we do. I don't care if you are from Chicago and you say you got Let's get one thing straight about Chicago pizza. It ain't pizza. That's more of a cake. Or quiche. I'm joking. I still want to try authentic deep dish pizza. You know, you can have the imitation stuff, but you still want to have the real deal. You really want to have the real deal. And whenever because I've been to Chicago, but I wasn't able to stay, really explore the city. And, I was laid over in Chicago once. That was it. I couldn't leave O'Hare Airport. So it was different. But yeah, I definitely want to try Chicago deep dish. And Detroit style is making a big resurgence too. I do like Detroit style pizza. I do like that, crispy crust and stuff. It's good stuff. But yeah, we still the best. You got more New York style imitation pizzerias around the country than anything else. Remember that. Did you hear that Miles is planning to be in Spider-Man 4 and have his own? That's a rumor. The biggest thing is that's a rumor. I have heard that rumor, and I don't believe a lot of that stuff. The one thing I do believe is Marvel wants to ground Spider-Man back to his roots, but Sony wants it to go bigger. They're dumb. Sony's dumb. Sony's gonna continue to fuck up if they want to, because let's be real. Madam Web was a failure. Okay, let's call it what it was. It was a failure. It was a goddamn failure. We all know that. And don't sit there and blame it on male demographic, blah 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 bullshit. Me and my brother, we were just having this conversation not too long ago, not even 15 minutes ago, about this, because I believe the actress who is, I think, playing Hawk Girl in Superman Legacy, she went off and said, you know, Madam Web suffered the same fate that the Marvels and Birds of Prey and stuff. First of all, Birds of Prey, I watched Birds of Prey and I didn't like it. Why? Because that wasn't Birds of Prey. It's focused too much on Harley Quinn. The movie wasn't even called Birds of Prey. What was it called? Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Huh? Come on. Marvels was a fun movie. I didn't come here to see some spectacular, you know, it was a good, fun popcorn movie. I was not going to go see Madam Web. The promotion, go look at all the promotions for this movie and tell me, what did you see? Nothing. Now with the Miles stuff, look, right now, live action Miles, would it be cool to see a live action Miles? Yes. But right now, keep Miles animated right now. I know there's one more movie. If they want to go live action, that they could. But again, Sony, because they have the Spider-Man movie rights, which they do, they own the movie rights. Marvel owns everything else with Spider-Man. Movie rights are with them. They know for a fact that if it wasn't for Marvel, a lot of the shit, and we're already seeing this. Morbius sucked. I didn't watch it, but I knew it sucked. I didn't care. I don't care about Madam Web. I don't care. She's a subpar supporting cast member at best. I don't care. I do care about Kraven as a Spider-Man villain. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man. He's my number one favorite Spider-Man rogue. But I don't care about his movie, because they just that trailer just fucked up everything about that character. I should be calling him Lion Man. Venom number 1 was okay. I didn't care for 2, you know. And I know they're doing a third one. You know, Sony they throw shit at the wall just to see what sticks. Despite his issues with Reed, has Doom ever helped out the Fantastic Four? Yeah, because of his goddaughter, Valeria Richards, Reed's daughter. Yeah, he'll help from time to time. John tells me he can't control his world. Yes, he can control it. Yes, he can control it. He can control it. The comics explain more of that. He can control it. He can fully control it. He's fully in control of it. Which characters from the Dark Tower do you see Spider-Man being good friends with? Not really a lot of them. I can't really see them. JPX, what do you hope to see in the upcoming Sonic film? Well, we're getting Shadow. We're getting Shadow, so we're cool. And Jim Carrey is returning. So I thought he had retired, but he's returning as Dr. Robotnik. So that's cool. What was your reaction to seeing Zilla in 1998? Are you talking about Godzilla? And that was 1999 we were talking. Big iguana. He was just a big iguana. Do you think Hayden Christensen has been able to redeem himself in the role? Of course he has. Like he's gotten up. Have you seen all the reactions of him when people have really? He deserves that kind of recognition again. I never hated him as Anakin in the first place. I don't know why. It's like people that hate Brie Larson. I don't know where this fucking hate comes from. I don't hate her, but people hate her for some reason. I'm like, why do you put so much anger and time into hating someone you don't even know? And I say that because there are certain I don't really like, but I would never use hate. Top 5 favorite cartoon villains: Skeletor, Mumra, Megatron. Yeah, because they were cartoons first before they were comics. Cobra Commander. I'm a child of the 80s, bro, so come on. And I'll just throw them in there for nostalgia purposes. Bluto. Warhawk, do you have any hope for the Highlander remake? I hope it's fun. Henry Cavill could be a good. I think Cavill's gonna rock that character. I love Henry Cavill. I think he does great with every role he's given. He puts in that work, and I'm glad that it's getting what I want and what he really needs. Cavill needs to perform that Scots accent. There needs to be a Scots accent, like where he really does that Scots accent, like gets into it, like gets it, because he's the Highlander. He's not, no, none of this. That's the biggest problem. That was the biggest problem with the first Highlander with Christopher Lambert. He's supposed to be Scottish, and he sounded French. I'm like, huh? No, come on. And I'm not talking Sean Connery Scottish accent. No, you want the real Scots accent. Like of all the Scottish actors that I have seen over the years, I don't know why Sean Connery's accent is so unique. It's ridiculous. Like I'm like, I've heard Jason McAvoy, his Scottish, Gerard Butler. They're all like, I hear that strong accent, but nah, you gotta bring the accent, bro. You gotta bring it. My biggest question is who will play the Kurgan. That's who my biggest question is. Favorite console. Oh, so I go way back. My very first console, my very first gaming console was the Sega Master System. That was the first Sega console. If anybody's watched the regular show, you see what Rigby and Mordecai had. That's kind of what the Sega Master System was. That was my first system. Then I had the NES, which I still do. I still own the original NES and the Zapper and everything like that. But I was such a Sega loyalist. I had every Sega system you could pretty much think of. The only one I didn't have was Sega CD. But I was a loyal Sega fan. I still have my Dreamcast. I wish I still had my Saturn. I actually want to get a Saturn again. I want to go on like eBay and see what if an auction is going up for one of them. I miss Genesis to a degree because I mean, yeah, they bring out all these like Genesis, like gaming packs, but I miss Genesis. But if I was to say my favorite, PS2 was one of them. It's up there. But I do love my Dreamcast. The Dreamcast was so underrated, and it could have still been going. I miss Sega being a first party company and not a third party company. I miss that because I still think they still could be going with Nintendo and Sony and all that. Perry King, do you prefer Wendy's over McDonald's and KFC? Yes. I love Wendy's. If I am in the mood for a fast food burger, yes, I will go to Wendy's over McDonald's. I don't eat burgers anymore from McDonald's. I don't. Not even a Big Mac or a quarter pounder. If I ever do go to McDonald's, Mickey D's, All I get is nuggets. I love my nuggets. I love my nuggets with my sweet and sour sauce. KFC, I barely eat KFC anymore. I live not too far from a Popeyes. I'd go Popeyes over KFC. And I've never had Churches. I've never had Canes. So can't really say. Madam Winfield because it was poorly written. It advertised poorly. The advertising sucked. I don't know what the writing was. It looked like they were trying to mix in Final Destination. It doesn't matter. The point about it was, overall, it was going to be a failure from the get-go. Nobody cared. Who wanted a Madam Web movie? Nobody asked for that. But because Sony has the Spider-Man movie rights and all the characters that come with that, they're just going to throw shit at the wall. I remember they were planning a Black Cat and Silver Sable movie. It was going to be called Black and Silver or something like that. Who asked for that? They were going to do a Jackpot movie. Nobody asked for that. I think they're still doing that El Muerto movie with Bad Bunny, a luchador character that was only in one issue of Spider-Man, and you're going to do that. Who cares? Nobody asked for that. Now, if you wanted to do, let's say, a real Spider-Woman movie with Jessica Drew or Julia Carpenter, I'll be down for that. But the problem with doing a Jessica Drew Spider-Woman movie is there are elements of that character that's needed because it is connected to certain characters, certain aspects that are connected to that character. For example, they would need Hydra and Shield because she was a Shield agent and a Hydra agent. She was a double agent. Stuff like that would be needed. Would I like a Spider-Girl movie or a Gwen movie? Yeah, I'll take that, but just stop throwing shit at the wall. What would happen if Voldemort tried to take over He-Man's homeland? They're in big trouble. Big trouble. Let's see. What do you think of the Avengers 5 not being called the Kang Dynasty anymore? Do you think they're really moving away from Kang, or will it be? I don't think they're moving away from Kang because they just were going to recast him. That'd be kind of dumb to just end it. No, finish the, like Cody, finish the story. Finish it. Any favorite episodes of MIB, the series? I do love that series. I just can't remember some of them all. One of them I do remember when they got superpowers. That was fun. I like that. I can't remember a lot. Oh, the other one with Santa Claus. That was fun. But I can't remember too much. But I did like the show. Have you heard that Henry Cavill wants to work for Marvel? Yeah, I keep hearing like he's been offered roles, and I think one of them is Brian Braddock, aka Captain Britain, Psylocke's twin brother. So if that's true, I would hope if he is playing that, they would go with Captain Britain's more mystical side. We're going Merlin and Avalon and all that stuff. Yeah. Did Star Wars prequels movies have their problems? Yeah, they had their problems, but I didn't necessarily think they were bad because there were some things that we wanted to know, in the past, about it. But I don't mind when they do like these side. Like I still want to know what was Yoda like before he became a Jedi. I would love a Yoda like prequel movie, like what he was like before he became a Jedi. Just not. I love you, Olivia. Which comic book character did you think was miscasted in live action? Yeah, there's a couple actually. Miscasted. Storm. let's go there. Yeah, let's go there. Storm, I felt, was miscasted big time. Storm should have been played by not Hallie. Storm should have been played by Angela Bassett. That would have been more, and I'm hoping when they do cast Storm in the MCU, they go with the darker skinned sister. They give a darker skinned sister a chance, and not keep her being very light skinned. And don't get me wrong, and don't say there isn't colorism in movies, because there is. This, most people would think, oh, he's light skinned, so that's more acceptable. But somebody darker than me is ridiculous. So, you missed the World Trade Center. Do I miss the? Yeah, I miss it. I miss them. Whenever I see them in movies, I kind of get a little emotional when I go back and watch like movies from the 80s and things like that, and they're there. Like, I was watching Crocodile Dundee not too long ago, and in the second Crocodile Dundee, he's right in the East River fishing, and when they pan out, you see the World Trade Centers right there. I'm like, oh, Ghostbusters, Trading Places, they're right there. It's like, oh, it hurts. It really does. It hurts a lot. Darkstalker's characters. What Darkstalker character could beat Yujiro? Beat him in a fight? I don't know. Yujiro's pretty tough. I would say maybe Dimitri if he just bit him, but this is Yujiro Hanma we're talking. Hey kid, it's been a while, but I'm having fun with the road to WrestleMania this year. Your thoughts? How would you book it? Well, John, let me be real. Okay, so that's it. It's WrestleMania. Personally, to me, we know it's going to be Cody versus Roman. It is time for Roman to drop that belt. They cannot go into that and beat Cody again. They cannot afford that. That would be an ill-advised mistake if they did that crap. Nope. Cody needs to win. Again, he should have won last year. The belt is not needed. If they wanted to continue the bloodline story, the belt's not needed. It's not. In terms of, let's see, who else is? They're probably going to have AJ Styles versus LA Knight. I don't like the position AJ is in as of now, but more likely it's just the talent that the company has now is just crazy. I think Logan Paul's probably going to have a match with Randy Orton, and if he drops the belt to Randy, I'll be fine with that. Drew's definitely beaten Seth. I can't stand Seth. I'm done with him. Like, Seth Rollins, to me, everything he says he is redundant. He says, I'm a revolutionary. What did you revolutionize? He still says he's the architect. What? I'm a visionary. What? Of what? What are you a visionary of? You look like a clown now. And trust me, I've been live with the whole, I can't stand that shit. can't stand that. I went to SmackDown. I took my brother Malcolm. It was like his birthday present. We went to Friday night SmackDown taping, and at the Barclays Center, and he was there. Seth was there, and there's matches that you don't see. There's like dark matches and things like that, and he was there, and I'm just like, shut this up. I can't. Seth has had that belt for a year, almost a year now, and Roman Reigns just buried that belt on live TV, and whatever. So definitely Drew is gonna probably take it, and that's gonna set up him later on when CM Punk returns. Then we got. I'm hoping Bayley wins and plays it more smart, like she's been playing as of late. And I hope she does take the belt. As for Becky versus Rhea, I kind of want to see Rhea lose, because I'm looking at the playing field of okay, where does she go from there? Where does Rhea go if she keeps the belt? Where does she go? Who steps up to challenge her? The problem is they got such a deep roster, but there's nobody really. You look at them like, okay, that's a challenge for Rhea, or things like that. It's hard. It's really hard. I miss video game rental stores like Blockbusters and stuff. Yeah. Do you think the Avengers Secret Wars should be a 2-parter? Yes. Who do you think should Dave Bautista play in DC? This has been coming up a lot. More than likely, Dave will be in the DCU. James Gunn's DCU. He's good friends with James, and James Gunn takes care of his friends. He does. There's no question about it. He does. But who should he play? Everybody's saying, he's probably going to be Bane. And the other one I might say is he's probably going to play Swamp Thing. Yep. Swamp Thing. What was the funniest Muscle Man moment in regular show? For me, Muscle Man moment. I think when I think about a Muscle Man moment in a regular show, it is when when the Hammer, that was like a video game character, came to life. Ooh, it's the Hammer. Please take my picture. And he punched Muscle Man, and it wasn't even like the punch hurt him. It was his boobs, his fat boobs hit him. And oh no, bro, that cracks you up every time. He's real. It's funny as hell. It cracks me up. Which anime character do you have a crush on? How much time you got? How much time you got? That's crazy. But a crush, I have a big crush on, and that's, besides that, she's my favorite of them. Sailor Jupiter, Makoto. Yeah, I love her. I got a big crush on her. I have a crush on, there's so many. Asia Clan from Outlaw Star. Yeah, I like the Catwoman. Okay, so what? Asia looked like the one. That girl holds you down. You know. It's too many. Too many, Angel. Yours is Midnight from My Hero. I have too many. What Image comic characters should be directed by Zack Snyder? How about none? How about that? I don't care about Snyder. How about none? I care less. AJ Styles is one of my favorite. Yeah. AJ is the one that got me into TNA. Him, Joe, Christopher Daniels. Because I saw that excellent triple threat match. That was the first time I watched, and I was like, okay, who's the guy flipping around, looked like a superhero? That was AJ. Who's the Samoan that doesn't look like any other Samoan I've ever seen in pro wrestling, but moves like a lightweight? That was Joe. And who is the guy who's got the fundamentals down? That was Christopher Daniels. Oh yeah. Followed AJ's career, man. That'd have been cool to see him. I mean, don't get me wrong, AJ came back and he is jacked. I mean, but it's like he's not going anywhere with this lone. Because all the people are like, oh, this is a new character. I'm like, no, this is not a new character. Maybe it's a new character for you. It ain't a new character. That's his lone wolf act. He's done this before. You know, just it's new to WWE fans who never watched his career. That's the problem sometimes with people are stuck in a bubble. So yeah. Sting is my all-time favorite though. I got an uncle that does not like Sting at all. Would you ever eat steamed hams? I'd try it. I'd try anything once. I have a feeling AJ is going to be in AEW soon. No, he's not going. He's retiring by the end of his contract with WWE. After that, he has stated he hopes to work backstage, be a trainer. He's not going to AEW. No, he's not. Swamp Thing or The Authority, which are you more excited for? Swamp Thing, because I want a new Swamp Thing movie. That TV series that came out, that was pretty good. But yeah, Swamp Thing, I love Swamp Thing. What's your favorite cosplay you ever done? Spider-Man. I've done 2 Spider-Mans over the years. I can show you. Beautiful. So all right. So the first cosplay that I did was at New York Comic Con 2017, and I was there you go. I was Agent 47. You can't trace that. That was me as Agent 47. That was fun. Scared a couple of people. When I was walking down the street, I was in character all day. It was fun. Then I did my first Spider-Man costume, and that was a good picture of me. Oh, here we go. Can't really see it. Shoot. That's me and Robin right there. That's me in costume. Check out the pose. Yeah, that's me. and then at and then MegaCon 2022, I did 2 cosplays. So here, let me see what I get up to. Here we go. This was a very unique, different Spider-Man costume, but that was me. Come on. There you go. It was me and Mysterio. That was a cool costume. I still have that costume. It was great. It was cool. And then here I am with all the other Spider-Man. That was fun. If I get it. Come on, there you go. That was fun. And then I also did. Here's a full picture because it has a hood. It came with a hood. It was a hoodie, so it was cool. It was a very unique costume. I was like the only Spider-Man at that convention that had that. And then of course I was and the last cosplay I did was I was It's me and I was T'Challa Star-Lord. It's me and Barf. I do like cosplaying. I do like cosplaying. It's fun. So yeah, those are like the cosplays I've done. And they're fun. They're a lot of fun to do. I get into it. I was supposed to. There was I had a cosplay. I mean, you kind of could see it. Like I made up a character, and I do create like cosplays and just characters I make up. I had a character called Soldier 82, and he looked badass. I made the character, created it, and Soldier 82 was a lot of fun. I mean, when I put that character together. But I didn't get to use it, so I'm saving that one for another convention, a big where is it? You want to see it? I'll show it to you. Okay. Introducing Soldier 82. There you go. Soldier 82. Good friends with Soldier 76. Yeah, it was really cool. I had a lot of fun just putting that together. I was like, yeah, I'll make that up. So, yeah, I cosplay a lot. I got to cosplay a lot. Possible to see Priest cash in on Drew. Yeah, look, he should, because he held that damn briefcase more than a year. Look, Priest is dumb. Priest is an idiot. He is dumb because, one, he has a faction to help him, and he doesn't utilize that. He's stupid. And this whole concept of why he hasn't tried to cash in on Rollins is stupid too. Will WWE be in good hands now? Maybe. Good freedom. How is it that Sony has no shame in releasing their movie, all the while Warner Brothers doesn't want to release theirs? I don't know. Who should play Kilowog for Green Lantern? Kilowog. You mean be the voice of him? Yeah, that's tough. Michael Clark Duncan, late Michael Clark Duncan was Kilowog. I don't know. I really don't know. What would Kilowog think of Muscle Man? He's a poozer. There you go. Triple H knows how to build a show, so I trust him. Look at what he did with NXT before it ruined by the old man. Yeah, Triple H did though. He was doing well with that. And now that he's the chief content creator, yeah. But you still have to build well, and that's not just with the same old. You got to build new stars and things like that, because everything can't be centered around just one person. Look, so for example, as much as she's supposed to be a heel, Rhea Ripley comes off as a babyface. She is way over with the fans. They gotta turn her. They gotta turn her. Nobody really wants to boo her. Yes, Angel, I've seen Con Air. Unpopular opinion. I like the most recent Hitman. The Hitman movie, the last one, it was okay. It wasn't that bad. This year I'm graduating, I'm nervous, but I'm not scared. Like Al always says, don't be afraid. But will you ever do Future Foundation costume? First thing, I have to get the costume first. Yes, I want to do Future Foundation so badly. There's a guy who makes the suits. There's one called the Wakandan Spider-Man costume, and I'm like, oh, I want that costume. I want that. Yeah, but I will somewhere do Future Foundation. Big time. This may be a bit hard to ask, but what was your reaction when you heard about what Chris Benoit did? It was disgusting. It was very disgusting, and it's hard to separate. It's hard to separate the man and the wrestler, because at the end of the day, you want to hold him high in your category. That's fine. To me, he's a despicable human being. Like, the fuck you do that for? Like, come on, man. There's no redeeming of that. There's no redeeming. He's burning in hell for what he did. Okay? He's burning in hell. Anybody who has a problem with what I just said, hey, that's your problem. But he's a complete fuck up. And he deserves what he's being punished for. You know, fuck him. People always ask, oh, he should go in the Hall of Fame. You know damn well they ain't putting him in the Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter, oh, it's just the wrestler. No, it's Chris Benoit, meaning the same man that murdered his wife and son. Fuck out of here with that. Have you ever seen Iron Claw? No, I definitely want to see it. I was a fan. I grew up around the, Von Erichs. Kerry Von Erich, because he was called the Texas Tornado when I first heard about him. So yeah, I don't know about you, but I really like Tiffany Stratton. She's gonna be a star. Tiffany's gonna be a star. She just needs to get the fundamentals a little bit better, and as well as when she hits that moonsault, because I'm getting scared like she's gonna hurt. So I thought last week I think she fought Zelina, or the week before that, and I was like, oh my god, I thought she broke Zelina's arm. I thought we had another Kurt Angle Bob Holly situation when he did his moonsault and broke Holly's arm. I was like, oh. So yeah. Have you ever seen the Von Erichs? Yeah, I've seen those matches. What indie comics would you like to see get adapted by Netflix or Amazon? More of Kurtman's books, like Astonishing Werewolf, be good. Things like that. I think, personally, if it was me, I would have the Valiant characters be like on as well, like Shadow Man and Ninjak and Exo Man of War and things like that. Excuse me. Do you still buy any physical media? Of course I do. I buy Blu-rays and DVDs all the time. I don't. Not everything is digital. Angel, favorite movie in the Toy Story series? I love all of them, but I'm still so nostalgic with the first one. First one's still it's just great. It's still great. Noble Assassin XL. Favorite memories of arcade games? So many. I'll give you 4. How about that? Let's see. Okay, let's start with my love for simulators that you get inside the machine in it. So the first time I ever played Afterburner. If y'all don't know what Afterburner is. Afterburner was a flight simulator game unlike anything you ever seen. Unlike, the big flight Harrier, game that you get like on that Namco makes. What's that one called on Namco? But you get inside of it and you got the stick and you move this way, it'll turn, the machine will turn with you. You do a barrel roll, the thing moves. You actually spin in it. It was so much fun. I remember I used to play a lot of that. And the only problem is that used up like $1. Like it was $1 because it was so good. My love for Street Fighter came from the arcades, and not just from the arcades, but also the pizza shop that used to be around the corner from me where I don't live there anymore, but I used to live there. I used to go there after school and watch the big kids play, and I just watched them, play Street Fighter 2, mostly, and I would just watch. And then they would, most of the time, sometime they would be like, "Hey, shorty, you want to play?" And they're like, "Here." They give me a milk carton, and I get up there, and the other guy would play with me. He's like, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just button matching, and it was fun. It was just fun to do, and then I became really good at Street Fighter because I was like, okay, I get it. That was fun. Like I said, my cousins and I, whenever we would go to the arcades, we would go right to like the Ninja Turtles game or Turtles in Time. All of us play. I would pick Michelangelo because that's my favorite, and my cousin would pick someone. Someone would pick Leonardo. So, Cowabunga, and we go inside and we play that stuff. We beat the game, and so it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And And even as I got older, playing playing games like Virtual Cop and with the guns and backup, Time Splitter, Ace Combat. Thank you, Warhawk, who said that. Yeah. Afterburner was that just over the top. It was great. Would you read a World War II comic where Cap interacted with General Patton? I love Cap, so I'd read it anyway. Yeah, sure, I'd do that. That'd be funny. Oh, I think I think of a pretty. Do you think Wolverine will be a main character in the MCU? MCU X-Men. I don't want him to be. If anything, he should be in his own movie. I said it before. Wolverine should not even come anywhere near the X-Men until like the second movie, where you kind of adapt giant-sized X-Men. What will J. Jonah Jameson think of Mr. Krabs and Mr. I don't know. Well, he probably would just go, what the hell is this crab doing here? You know, you wouldn't know. What's a superhero universe you think would make a good crossover with Marvel other than DC? The Zenoscope universe, the Valiant universe, those are definitely a couple. What's your favorite villain defeat in movies? Hans Gruber. Yeah. What did you say? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Holly, pop, it's over. Seeing Hans get killed is the funniest shit ever. And then, of course, him falling. And fun fact, when Alan Rickman is falling, that look on his face, that was legit scared, because they didn't tell him they were going to drop him like that. So that was legit fear when he's falling to his death. It's funny. I found that out a long time ago. I would also say sayonara, RoboCop. Clarence gets it right in the jug. Ricardo on it already. It's great shit. If RoboCop met Iron Man, I think Murphy would be getting some upgrades. Yeah, I think he would get some upgrades, and probably, yeah, he would probably change him all over in a sense, to a degree. Okay, got another RoboCop question. Okay, what's your favorite scene of RoboCop? My favorite scene of RoboCop. I know people will probably think, oh, when he shoots the guy in the dick, you know, in the balls. No, that's funny, but to me, one of my favorite scenes is when he catches Emil. I think that's the one. I think that's his name. And they're at the he just starts messing with the gas attendant. Like, the gas attendant is working probably a late shift, but he's also a college student. And then here he comes, give me all your money, bookworm, I'll blow your brains. I'm like, what the fuck? Just pay for it. Like, it just made no sense. And then also, what you reading in there, man? He shows him his book. And he's like, he laughs, but he's like, what, you a college boy? I bet you think you're smart, huh? It's like, he escalated the situation completely. There was no need for that. Just, okay, I bet you think you're smarter than a bullet, huh? Let's find out. I'm talking to you. And he just starts, I'm talking to you. And then that's when RoboCop comes in. And he's just like, drop it. And then, dead or alive, you're coming. And then from that one line, he remembers, I know you. You're dead. We killed you. And then you could just see him recording that scene. And he's just shooting. He gets on his motorcycle and still shoots when he's not even looking. I was like, what the fuck? And then, of course, he blows it up. And it looked like, oh, RoboCop is going to get blown up. But he doesn't. He just, he just shoots from a distance, walks up on him. Who are you? That's one of my favorite scenes. It's funny as hell. Like, it's funny as well just because you knew he wasn't dead. It was so stupid. Favorite anime. One of them is Rurouni Kenshin. I love Kenshin. I love samurai anime, so definitely. Who would you book as a face and a heel in a feud between Prime Ric Flair and Prime Kurt Angle? Prime Flair would be the heel. Prime Kurt Angle would be the face. I would definitely go with the scene with the toys confronting Sid. Oh yeah, that was fun too. How powerful is Plastic Man? Very powerful, and should be feared. You know what comic series showcased Plastic Man well, and not just as a comedic character, but as a threat? Injustice. The Injustice world showcased how dangerous he could be. Yep. So much that even Superman didn't want to fuck with this guy. Like, favorite song? That's tough because I have so many favorite songs. What genre? Again, one of my favorite songs is I was just listening to it today. Human Nature by Michael Jackson. It's one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. It's just one of my favorite songs in general. If you wrestled, what would be your theme song? I don't know. Probably a loop in a sense of Warrior by Lloyd Banks. How old is Donna Prince? Who? You mean Diane Prince? Who's Diane Prince? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I think Mr. Krabs is the worst boss because he's the worst boss and he's also the most cheapest. Who would win in a fight, Deku or MCU Spider-Man? I don't even see that fight. It's something that's really weird. Noble Assassin. Nintendo games that should get a remake. I'll go one better. A remake or a sequel. Punch Out. I would love to see another Punch Out. Um, I would love to see a remake of Duck Hunt. Remember Duck Hunt? Jump in there. And then you see the little dog, and the dog hear the duck. Jumps in it. Quack, quack. And then if you shoot it, if you miss it, if you get the duck, you see the dog come out. And if you miss, he goes, he laughs at you. I'm like, a little dumb dog. But yeah, I would love a new Duck Hunt. That'd be fun. More classic Nintendo games. Remember Kung Fu? I'm old. This just shows my age. Yeah, there's a couple. I mean, Wonder Woman. Oh, so Diana Prince. It depends on who's writing her. They never really give her age. If Mr. Krabs was my boss, I would try to cook him for not paying me. So we eat him. Scarlet Spider versus Nightwing in a fight. Who wins? Scarlet Spider in terms of degree. He's a lot faster. Do you watch epic rap battles of history? Sometimes, not all the time. Out of all the Godzilla designs, which one is the most grotesque out of all of them? Probably Shin. Oh, Shin was scary looking. That was actually a design that scared me a little bit. I'm like, oh, why does he look like that? Oh, like every time he kept morphing, I'm like, oh, what? Oh, stop. Until you finally kind of look more like what Godzilla looks like. And then before that, like when he was in his baby form, and then I was like, oh. And then, yeah, that was tough. I remember in Duck Hunt that if the dog laughed at you, you could shoot the dog and check. Yeah, you can shoot him. You shoot. But I never, he's just laughing. Favorite Spider-Man voice actor? Josh Keaton. Let's see what we got here. Shin Godzilla was a good re-imaging of the character. Yeah, it was. It was good. Shin Godzilla was great. But yeah, it still was grotesque. Yeah. What is your favorite variant? What video? Comics video. I watch him, but I don't really have a favorite. Because a lot of the stuff he talks about, I already know. It's not even new to me. Noble Assassin asks, did you have a crush on these animated ladies? Chitara, Jessica Rabbit, Eddie Boot. Chitara, I sure did. I sure did have a crush on Chitara. Chitara, I thought Chitara was pretty. I was like, okay, she's a cheetah woman, but she's pretty. We're talking old school Thundercats. Jessica Rabbit, who didn't? I'll never forget the day when she appeared. My dad actually took me to see Who Framed Roger Rabbit back in '87 when it came out, and I remember when she entered the scene when she was singing, and I'm just like, mouth just dropped. I remember my mouth was just like, I'm like 5 years old. I'm 5 years old when that movie came. I'm like, and I knew something was up when I was like twisting my legs and stuff because something was poking out. Yeah, you get it? Yeah. So yeah, Jessica Rabbit was definitely she's not bad. She's just drawn that way. And as for the old school, the old Betty Boop, I thought Betty Boop was cute. I did. She had big eyes, but she had a big head, but she was fine. And fun fact, a lot of people don't know about Betty Boop. Fun fact, she was actually inspired by a black jazz singer that used to say boop boop be doo, all that stuff. She used to do that. She used to sing up in the cotton clubs up here in Harlem, in New York, back in the day. And then another woman who came along and tried to copy her. Yeah. So at the end of the day, they made Betty Boop white, but technically she's normal. So it's fun. But mostly, yeah, Chitara. Yeah, I was a huge. I still, when I go back and watch old school Thundercats, the crush is still there. I'm like, it's still there. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. I don't care for a 2011 version, but 85 version, yeah. Where do you think the MCU should go after Secret Wars? There's plenty of they can go with Secret Wars after Secret Wars. There's so many stories they can do. I'm not gonna go into detail of all that. But Secret Wars is a good way of doing something to bring all the universes together. I'd probably give the Krabby Patty secret formula to Plankton just to spite. No, I wouldn't do that because he didn't work for it. A favorite AVGN episode. What is that? Was AVGN or I don't know what that is. Can He-Man pick up Thor's hammer? Absolutely, he would be able to pick up that. He would be worthy. Absolutely. If they met, do you think Captain America and All Might would be respected? Yes, they would. Angry video game nerd. I don't watch him. I never watched him. I never had an appeal to watch him. So, nope. Is Betty Boop in the public domain now? I think she is. I don't think so. Could be wrong. Somebody look it up. Do you know they're doing a horror Peter Pan movie? Yeah, I saw the image of it. Yeah, Peter Pan on looked fucking creepy. I was like, what the that's what happens when characters become public domain. You can just do whatever you want with it. I didn't care for the Pooh Bear, horror and things like that. There's just certain things that even if they are public domain, you shouldn't do. Have you heard next year Popeye? Yes, Popeye becomes public domain next year, and I'm a little nervous because I think they'll try to do something stupid with Popeye, and I love Popeyes. It's Popeye who got me into loving spinach. Like, I didn't care for spinach until I started watching Popeye. Him just popping in his mouth. I remember eating it for the first time. I was like, I actually like spinach. So spinach is like one of my favorite vegetables that I would practically eat with anything. I'll usually eat Um, What's up, Dano? I agree. Just because you can doesn't mean you need to. Yeah, it's like, look, Pooh Bear. Who didn't grow up with Pooh Bear? I love Winnie the Pooh, and he's a great children's character. He's not Disney. A lot of people think he's a Disney character. He's not. He's not a Disney character, but he's such a, when I think of Pooh Bear, yeah. Mostly all of Pooh's characters are now in the public except for Tigger. Tigger's not. He still has, I think, another 2 years or so, but Tigger's my favorite. The one you think about Tigger is the Tigger one of the things. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy is the funniest thing. Who was your favorite character in She-Ra and the Princess of Power? She-Ra, He-Man's sister. And I'm looking forward to seeing her in the new He-Man. They just showcased her taking care of Hordak. I was like, I know where they're going with this. That last He-Man that just came out, the new season of He-Man was great. I really enjoyed that very much. Watch them make a Popeye horror. They better not. They better not. They better not. When will Bugs Bunny be in public domain? It depends on the Bugs Bunny. Batman and Superman are public domain. The certain era of them. So yes. I just checked on internet. Betty Boop will not become public domain for 2026. Okay, so she got 2 more years to go. There you go. Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear. Yeah, I love Pooh. That was a good show. That was a good show. What's a cartoon? Name me a few cartoons that you think should get remakes. Pirates of Dark Water. Pirates of Dark Water. I love that show. That was a great show. It didn't even have a proper ending. Didn't have a proper, because Ren never found the 13 treasures. He only found 7. So I always say Thundar with a better explanation, because I'm sorry, you go back and watch Thundar, it makes no sense how Earth becomes the way it is now, because a meteor comes through the Earth and the Moon. Okay. But how is there now sorcery in this world? How is there now, all these different creatures like mox and stuff like that? And what was Princess Ariel? She's a princess of what? Of where? Just stuff like that. I always say, where did Thundar get the sun sword from? They never explained that. They never explained it. He just had it. It's funny. That's funny. I would love to see modern day takes of a lot of the Hanna-Barbera heroes like Space Ghost. And I'm not talking Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I'm talking a legit cartoon where we get to see Space Ghost, like what they did. I mean, I can't wait to read Space Ghost for Dynamite. That I saw images of the first comic, and I'm like, oh, this looks great. So yeah, those characters, maybe explain Birdman more. Like, what is he? What is Birdman? The Herculoids and stuff like that is great. Would you want a new Johnny Quest? I love Johnny Quest. I wouldn't mind another Johnny Quest cartoon. I love the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. I thought that was fun. I love that. And that was at the time when Cartoon Network was putting out good stuff. So yeah, thank you, Noble Assassin, for that. Have you seen the new Avatar last night? I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to sit down and watch it. I've just been a little busy with certain things, but I will sit down and watch it soon. I heard some people not liking it, but I judge for myself. Hey Chris, have you seen the animated version of Calamity Jane yet? No, not yet. What shows would you like to see get a continuation of? Are we talking about cartoons or just regular shows? Because to me, I don't like when shows get canceled or leave on cliffhangers. A good example of this is Angel. I hated how Angel ended, and we didn't get what happened until they did the comics of Angel. So yeah, that's definitely one of them. 10 years from now, Superman is public domain. A certain point of him. There's a certain era of Superman that is public domain, not the whole character. But there's so many, but that's definitely one of them. Out of all the reboots of the 80s cartoons, which one was your favorite? DuckTales, She-Ra, He-Man, or Thundercats? Thundercats can go to hell with them remakes. Thundercats can go to hell. DuckTales was fine, like that. She-Ra, I like She-Ra because they were trying to tell a story without her being associated with He-Man. However, still, when you have someone still saying for the honor of Grayskull, it's like, where does that come from? And the He-Man stuff, people need to understand what you see on Netflix. That's not a remake. The one Kevin Smith is doing, that's just a continue of the one that I used to watch when I was a kid. Those are just continued stories. But He-Man did have a remake back in 2002, and I thought that was really good. But yeah, the Thundercats one, they can go to hell with that. 2011 Thundercats pissed me off. That pissed me off. And then when they did that Thundercats Raw bullshit, fuck y'all for that shit. Are you interested in Transformer 1 movie? Oh, you're talking about the one with a young Optimus? I'm checking it out. Real Adventures of Johnny Quest had an awesome theme. Well, yeah, they used the regular Johnny Quest theme, but they just upped it. It was cool. Thoughts on the X-Men 97 trailer? I recorded a reaction, but what happened was I didn't get to put it up because there was a death in my family, and uncle had passed, so I hadn't put up. I just started putting up stuff not too long ago because I was kind of basically mourning my uncle's death. So yesterday I put up 2 videos, and today I'm doing the Q&A. So yeah, I recorded it. I think I recorded around the 18th of February, and then I haven't put it up. But anyway, outside of that, a little bit of the trailer. Simple as I loved it. I thought it was great. It was very nostalgic. What I loved seeing was Wolverine and Gambit coming up with some kind of X-Men tag move. The X-Men are always good at creating tag moves with each other. You know, I love the fact that Bishop is a part of the team now. Morph is looking more like his comic counterpart with the white face. They said there's going to be another junior X-Men besides Jubilee. Sunspot is going to be on the team. And Jean is pregnant. Well, if that's happening, I can tell you right now, that is not Jean. That ain't Gene. Your boy knows that for a fact. If you are an X-Men reader and a comic reader, and you've been reading X-Men for a long time, you know that ain't Jean. That's not Jean. That is not Jean. I'm guaranteed that is her clone, Madeline Pryor, aka the Goblin Queen, all that stuff. That's because if that's supposed to be Cable in her, Jean is not Cable's mother. Madame Pryor is Cable's mother. So yeah. So yeah, it was good. And to hear some of the people who, the original actors, come back to voice their characters was great. Hearing Cal Dodd voice Wolverine again, that brought, because that's my Wolverine. That's the Wolverine. Now, whenever I read comics, Wolverine comics, I hear Cal Dodd's voice. If Captain N, the Game Master, got a reboot, that'd be crazy. That and the Box Master. The Bot Master. Can't wait for the new Venom game exclusive for PlayStation. They're working on that? I thought that was just a rumor. My friend would not. My friend won't not friends no more because he was arrogant like Damian Wayne. Your friend, you're not friends with somebody because he's arrogant like Damian Wayne. Sorry. Did you watch nature shows growing up? Yeah. I was always a animal lover, so I watched all of them, National Geographic, all of them shows. I love nature. I still watch a lot of nature shows now. So sorry about your. Yeah. My uncle named. He passed away last week or so. Cancer. He was my grandmother's brother. So yeah, it was real sad. My grandmother on my father's side, my father's mother. So it was. I didn't know him that well because but still he was family, and it still hurt. To hear him because I would hear my dad talk about him a lot. Uncle Name. But he was family. So my grandmother had 4 sisters, 2 brothers. So most of them are still alive. So thank God. Do you see Spider-Man Lewis? Who? Do you think Captain Marvel will be a member of what? A member of what? Cartoonish Claude, have you seen Housed in Hotel? And if yes, what are your thoughts? No, I have not. I haven't watched that. Will be a member of the next Avengers. I hope so. River Monsters, hell yeah! I watched the hell out of River Monsters. I loved his show because he was definitely Jeremy Wade. He would prove that these fish exist. So he'd go in there and showcase to people, these fish exist. I remember when he caught this giant stingray, and it was so big. It was a river stingray. I think he was in Thailand. Caught it. It was so big, it broke his enhanced rod. That's how bad it was. So big. And then when they finally caught it and brought it to like shallow water, it was huge. I remember he was like the first fisherman to fish in the waters of Chernobyl, and you just saw like what that fallout of the nuclear did to that river. All these weird looking fish. It was ridiculous. It just showed you like what happened. Which horror movie would you hate to be a victim in? Uh, Alien. I would hate to be a victim of a face hugger, because that's the only thing I'm scared of. I'm not joking about what I just said. I'm terrified of face huggers. I would be scared to death. If I saw those eggs, I'm leaving you. Goodbye. We're out of here. I'm just like, you can go out. I'm out of here. I'm leaving. Because I know what's coming out of that shit. No. I've been terrified of face huggers since I was a little boy. I'm still scared of them. I have tried to get over that fear. And every time I see them, I'm like, and I just close my eyes. They creep me out. I can't. Because I put myself in the people's shoes and see them jump around and jump on your face. Creeps me out still to this day. Do you think we'll see Carol Danvers wake up in? That'd be cool. That would actually be cool to see Carol wake up in 97. Do you think we should see? Do you think we're going to see a Midnight Suns movie? Yep, they're building to that. I guarantee you they're building. I guarantee you they're building to a Midnight Suns movie. We got Werewolf by Night. We got Man Thing. We got Moon Knight. Somewhere they may change up the lineup a little bit, but I guarantee you they're building up to it. Should we get what other Marvel cartoons should we get X-Men 97 treatment? The latest one I've seen a bunch. I did a list on my Facebook page, but the latest one I know for a fact people have said was they should do Spider-Man 1998 and give a better, because that came from, the Spider-Man 94 cartoon, and get a real proper ending, because that ended on a cliffhanger. We never got to see if he would get to find the real Mary Jane. A lot of people ask me, like, why is it called 97? Because that's when the X-Men cartoon ended in 97. But I was always saying, like, I wouldn't mind them doing a Spider-Man 1998, a Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes 2012, because that's when that ended. Another season of that, another season of Spectacular Spider-Man. I was just throwing out anything. It was great. Y'all think we'll also see Lady Deathstrike? Oh, maybe. That'd be kind of cool. Anything is possible. Yes, if I saw a Xenomorph egg just as quickly end myself. Yeah, I'm not fucking with that. Like, I'm gone. The Xenomorphs don't scare me. I'm like, I always just look at the Xenomorph as just really good special effects. From Stan. I think Stan Winston did that. Correct me on that one. His group, but it's the face huggers that freak me out. I'm dead serious. They freak the fuck out of me. I can't. I've sat down many times just to try to conquer that demon. I remember there were 2 movies that scared the living shit out of me as a kid. The Alien franchise, but mainly just the face huggers. And Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davison Fly. Because when he would turn into the fly, that freaked the fuck out of me. And all of a sudden, so I said, as I got older, I started watching it again. And I remember one time the Fly was on late at night on TBS one night, and I was just you know what? I'm gonna sit down and watch this. Here I am sitting down. As soon as the first time we see him, his freaking face fall off and the larva scene and all, I'm like, it doesn't bother me. I'm still like, but I'm just like, I'm not going, turning my head out of fear. I'm like, oh, okay, I got it, let's go. But at the same time, I was like, okay, didn't bother me. I'm good. And I realized that I was fine. It didn't bother me that much. H.R. Geiger. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Why we have to disown people? I don't get why we do that to people. Disown? Yeah, I don't get it. I've seen it personally from friends. I had a friend whose father. I have not just a friend, but I have a coworker who he doesn't even talk to his parents anymore because he's gay, and his father, being that not only is he a man, but he's a black man, and he's gay, and he basically told him, like, you're not my son anymore. I was like, it's fucked up. It's so fucked up. Because his sexual orientation, and that's the thing in most communities, which I don't really appreciate. That's one thing about the black community I don't like. I'm black, but I'm just like, that's one thing I don't like. This whole concept of, oh, you're gay, and it's like you're shunned by it. Not just you get shunned by it just so much in our community. It's ridiculous. Now it's starting to change a little bit more, but yeah, you hear it all the time. Oh man, my son's gay. I do this, and I'm like, okay. Still your son, man. That's your blood. Like, chill. Where do you see the Daredevil show going with the story? Honestly, they're probably most likely gonna do Devil Reign. Kingpin is gonna become mayor, and then they're gonna, I guarantee you. I've been seeing videos of people cooking food out in the wilderness. Yeah, I've seen those. Those are pretty cool. I don't mind those, but very dangerous too. Like, I would not cook in an area that a lot of bears are at. Bears have a good sense of smell, and they smell the food. They'll come for that real quick. Okay, I want all you to get your last questions out. We're gonna wrap this up now. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. So if you got any other questions, please leave them down below. I will answer them now. I just want to check something real quick. Okay. Let's see. Could Gohan beat Emperor Mark Grayson in a fight? I try not to mix Dragon Ball characters with comic characters. Just, it doesn't end well. Shang-Chi versus Karate Kid versus Liu Kang versus Ryu in hand-to-hand combat. Probably gonna probably say Karate Kid a little bit, because he's got more, like, forget what year he's from. So he's got a more knowledge of a lot of martial arts that have probably gone. I've been replaying the prototype games. What are your thoughts? I like those games. I like those a lot. Funniest character in fighting games. Funniest character. I'm finding a lot of funny characters coming from Guilty Gear. There's one character, I think his name is Dr. Faust, and he always goes, I'm like, what the hell? He'll twist his whole body. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, that creeps you out. Well, yeah, it's funny. Thank you. You're welcome. Noble Assassin says, final question. Do you want to see Will Doctor Doom be in the Fantastic Four movie? Rumor has it he will be in there. We'll see him, but he won't be the main villain. Good. He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. So yeah. And rumors we're gonna see the Big G and Silver Surfer. So. Which character would really be a match for Shang-Chi? Which character? I don't know what we're talking about, Caroline. Which character? Anyway, thank you, Chris. You're welcome. Thank you. Well, guys, we're gonna end this right now. Thank you very much, as always. We're done with this. If you did not watch, I had uploaded a themed Q&A that I posted on my Patreon. And my Patrons asked questions there about Mr. Terrific. I had a very good time doing that. Very fun. It was very, very fun to do Mr. Terrific. Now, one of my favorites, and I got to put that up there as well. I will be back as always next month. Next month is March. Got a couple of birthdays in March. From my cousins to my late mother's birthday, coming in March 18th, she would have been 66, and then March 24th is my birthday, which will be my 42nd birthday. 4-2, Jackie Robinson, 4-2. Anyway. Guys, you guys take care. I will see you guys next time. As always, my pack. Be safe. Take it easy. One love. Bye, guys.